Hi, it's Nørgaard. So today I'm doing this look. It is focusing on these two products from ColourPop. These are from the Kathleen Lights collection. This is the Lippie Stix and the lip pencil in Taurus. So since we are in May and I'm a Taurus myself, I thought it would be a perfect time to do this makeup look. I'm also wearing my little Taurus necklace from Primark. So it says Taurus down here and it has the star sign up here. So yeah, this is the look I came up with. I had not planned anything beforehand. This is the way it turned out. A nice glitter cut crease, super warm toned with neutral colors. It is a full face tutorial, so I'm sure it's going to be long. I'm going to, shut up now so you can watch it, because I know sometimes my videos can be kind of lengthy. And yes, I do stumble on my words sometimes. Things don't always come out the way I want them to. Anyways, enough of that. If you like this makeup look, then don't forget to give the video a thumbs up and watch in high definition. And without further ado, here comes the tutorial. So I'm going to use 5 different primers today, and I have no excuses. So if you guys want to call me crazy, I would agree with you. I'm going to start out using this. This is Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water. And I don't actually know what this does. I never wear this on its own because I don't have complete faith in just a water to prime my face. So I always use a different primer together with this. So that means I don't actually know what this does on its own. I bought this because of hype. I mean, it doesn't do anything bad, so I continue to use it. It feels nice and hydrating on contact. So all over my face I'm going to use this primer by Makeup Forever. This is the Redness Reducing Primer. And I use this all over because I do have quite a lot of redness on my face. Compared to the rest of my body, my face can tend to get pretty red. So this is just going to solve some of that redness issue I have going on. And I'm going to dab a little bit on down here because I have some spots that I would like to make a little less noticeable. I'm using Smashbox Pore Minimizing Primer. I'm applying this right on the sides of my cheeks, right there, and on my chin, on my nose, and on my actual cheeks. I have large pores here and I have some texture issues from acne scars. Then I'm using Smashbox Hydrating Under Eye Primer because I have really dry under eyes. So I need as much moisture underneath here as possible, especially because I'm going to try and bake anyways today. And finally I'm working a little bit of a mattifying primer onto my T-zone. I'm using Makeup Forever because I get super oily throughout the day. I have a super oily T-zone. So once I'm done ODing on primer, I'm going to mix up my foundation concoction. I'm using Estee Lauder Double Wear in the color 1W1. And I'm lightening it up with the Body Shop Lightening Adjusting Drops. So I go ahead and tap that onto my face. And I'm going to work it down here on the neck where I have those blemishes, and also just generally down the neck. And I'm going to wipe my hand clean with a baby wipe. And I'm going to blend this in with my beauty blender. This one is the Pure one. I washed it last night and I just dampened it this morning. So yeah. I got foundation on my hair. Oh my god. Let me blend this out immediately. So I'm just going to mix up my foundation one more time. I was only going to do one layer, but I'm not completely satisfied with the coverage. So I'm going to do another light layer all over my face and neck. For concealer, I'm going to use my favorite, which is NARS Creamy Radiant in Vanilla. But I think this is going to be a bit too dark, so I'm going to mix in some of my lightning drops. And as always, I'm just mixing it up on the back of my hand. So I have not tried doing this before, so I'm a little bit nervous. I'm afraid that the texture won't be as good because the Body Shop Lightning Drops, they are very liquidy. but I have been wanting to try it out for a long time, so here we go. So I'm going ahead with the tip of my beauty blender and blending this out. This concealer is also a lot more pink toned than my foundation, so it's looking a little bit strange. Oh, I got it in my eye. Oh my god, no! So as I said, I'm going to bake. Today I'm nervous because baking usually does not turn out well for me, but I'm going to give it another go. I have been watching e.l.f, I think her name is, here on YouTube, and she bakes all the time. So I have been inspired by her. So I'm going to use Mercier loose powder. And I'm going to quickly blend out the creases underneath my eyes. And I'm using my beauty blender to bake. And I have to like go out of frame because I have to make sure the powder doesn't get all over my outfit. I am feeling so freaking dry underneath my eyes right now. It feels like fucking the desert. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and bake the rest of my T-zone. Now that I'm at it, I might as well commit to it. Do you see that? It's all over my shirt anyways. I'm also baking underneath where my contour is going. Something like this, I think. My face feels so dry. Okay, so I'm going to use this Fit Me powder in 125 Nude Beige by Maybelline. This I am going to use to set the rest of my face that I did not bake, as well as sweep away the baking powder. So let's go. Here comes the real test. That is the under eye area. Oh my god. It is not looking cute underneath my eyes. No, no, no. So I zoomed you guys in so you can hopefully see. I don't know if you can see all like the cakiness in this area underneath my eyes. It is looking rather fucking cakey on me. Oh no, I'm starting to get that like inner rim. Oh god. Ooh, nasty. Anyways, I'm going to continue on because I'm sure it will look better once I have my eye makeup and my lips and my bronzer and everything on. Also, my eyebrows are so fucking full of powder. So let's hurry up and do some contour because I cannot keep looking like this. I'm going to use the Little Black Book of Bronzers by Too Faced. And I think I'm going to use a little bit of Snow Bunny actually today to bronze up my entire face. And I'm going to bronze up the usual places. This one is a slightly more it's lighter than most of my other bronzers. It's very pink toned and it's shimmery. So it's something a bit different for me. Yes, honey, I'm starting to see some life being brought back onto this face. And when I do my bronzer along my jawline, I bring it up onto the jawline a bit to kind of shorten my face because I have a longer face. This works really well for me. This bronzer is so pretty. I can't believe I don't use it more often. So to contour, I'm going to use Milk Chocolate Soleil because it's matte. It's one of the lightest matte bronzers or contour powders that I own. And I'm going to run this down the sides of my nose. Lately I have been doing a more natural nose contour. So I kind of just follow my natural lines. Usually I would go up a little bit higher on the nose. But yeah, lately I just follow my natural nose shape and I make sure I blend it out good. I'm also going to use a bit of this to contour my cheekbones. I just add a little bit of this with my NARS e.l.f. contour brush and then I blend it out with my bronzing brush. And I don't go along the jawline because I don't want my jawline to be too dark. That can look very, like it just looks bad on me if I contour too much down there. Blending, blending, blending. For blush, I'm going to use this neutral color. This is Tarte Exposed because I do not want anything too bright because I'm going to work with some quite neutral tones on my eyes and on my lips. But I do just want a little bit of something, a little bit of color to my cheeks. I'm going to spray my face with this Aqua Priming Base by Makeup Revolution. I desperately need some hydration back into my skin, like especially in this like area around the nose and underneath the eyes. It feels so dry. So I'm going to drown myself in this Oh, I'm scared. Oh. Oh, that feels so good. Okay, so that might have been overkill, but my skin seriously feels so dry right now. Oh, it feels so good to get some of that primer spray on. And I feel like I can already see a difference in the dryness. I feel like I look a lot less dry now. That is so nice. Oh my god. So to highlight, I'm going to use the Fenty Beauty Hustler Baby. It looks like this. And I'm going to apply this generously on top of my cheekbones. And I always like to go right above the arch of my brow on the side where I'm not wearing my bangs. And I'm going to highlight the tip of my chin, like the very most protruding part down here. And I'm going to use my finger to highlight the Cupid's bow and nose. And I just use my highlighting brush to blend it out. So I actually forgot to contour underneath my lip, so I'm going to go ahead and do that real quick, just with my e.l.f. fan brush. I do this because I have quite like a large portion of my lower face down here, so I want to make it look a little bit smaller. It's kind of hard to explain, but yeah. I like to contour down here. And actually, since I already did all that baking, I might as well go ahead and bake underneath my contour to clean it up. And I'm going to use my blush brush to blend in my highlight on my cheeks, just to make it seem a little more seamless. Okay, so then I go ahead and brush away that baking powder underneath my contour. And I'm just going to set my face with some more of the Makeup Revolution Aqua Priming Base. My skin still feels hella dry. Okay, so we are up close and personal now. I actually don't think my skin looks as bad as I was fearing. It definitely still looks a bit patchy underneath my eyes and right here on like the eye meets nose area, but it doesn't look absolutely horrible. Something that does look horrible though are those brows. I need to do something about that right now. So I'm going to start out by brushing out my brows just to get a little bit of all the powder and foundation and all of that ugly stuff out of the brow hairs. I'm going to use my ColourPop brow products today, so the dip brow, or you know, the brow gel in the color Dope Taupe and the pencil in Blondie. And I'm just cleaning my angle brush on a baby wipe so I can use it for my brows. Anyways, I'm going to do my usual kind of heavy-handed Instagram kind of brow that I like to do. So I'm tracing along the bottom of my brow, and then I'm tracing along the top. I have to be a bit more careful on the top because I'm not going to clean it up on the top. If I make a mistake on the bottom, it's fine, I'm just going to clean it up, but on the top, have to be careful. So once I have the outline, I'm going to go ahead and fill it all in. And then I just go in with the pencil in the front. And I always start from the bottom and kind of drag the pencil upwards. That just gives it a little bit of a softer look in the very front part up here. And now I'm using NARS concealer to clean up. So I just cleaned up my sponge. You know, I cleaned away most of the powder as much as I could anyways. And now I'm going to use this to blend out the concealer. Finally, I'm setting the brow with my Anastasia Clear Brow Gel to hold it into place. And I'm trying very hard not to disturb any of the brow product I already put down. So that is one brow done, that is the brow undone. I'm going to do this brow off camera and I will be right back. I'm going to apply a little bit of primer. This is Too Faced Shadow Insurance. I applied way too much. Story of my life. So I am going to go ahead and use the KKW and Mario palette again in this look. I'm going to start out by using Decade on the brow bone. I'm just popping that right on top of the concealer. Then I'm going to use Miami. And this is going in the upper crease area with my MAC blending brush. So I'm going to use Albanian. And this is also going into the crease. But this time I'm using my Morphe small blending brush to be a little more precise. And I go back in with Miami to blend a bit more. And back in with my blending brush to blend. And back in with a little more Albanian. Just go back and forth between the colors and blend it out and all of that. And once I have my crease done, I'm going to go ahead and cut the crease. And once again, I'm using my NARS concealer. So once I have my concealer on, I just lightly blend it out with my finger just to make sure I don't have any excess concealer so my eyeshadow don't crease. And I'm going to apply the color Glam on my eyelid. And I'm just going to pat that on top of the concealed area. And I am getting a little bit of fallout. So I'm actually using my eyebrow brush. I just cleaned it off. And I'm using that for the edges. Because I couldn't really reach with my regular brush. So once I have the lid color on pretty good, I'm going back in with my eyeliner brush that I just cleaned with some more of Albanian. And I'm going ahead and applying this right above the line just to deepen so that the crease is nice and strong, especially in the outer and inner corners. And then I go back in with my small blending brush and just a tiny bit of Miami, and I blend right above Albanian. Now I'm going to use this Metal Flash eyeliner by W7. As you can see, it's kind of a yellow gold, like kind of brassy. Is that what it's called? Brassy gold. And it's called... I can't read it. What does it say? I don't know. I can't tell what it says, but it's the gold one out of the 3 different Metal Flash liners. And I'm going to trace this right along the line between the lid and the crease. And I'm just going to build this glitter up until I have a nice coherent line. So I'm just going to keep on looking down while that dries. And in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and do my eyeliner. I'm using Kat Von D Tattoo Liner in Trooper as per usual. So now I have my liner on. I'm going to go off camera and do all of the steps I did over on this eye, and I'll be back in a little while. Well, for you it will be like a split second, but for me it will take a little while. So I'm back with both my eyes done. So now we can finish off the eyes and then do some lip action. I'm going to use this pencil, Zero by Urban Decay. Going to start out by tightlining with this. As you guys know, I absolutely hate this step, but it really looks super great. But I hate doing it because it's so uncomfortable. Oh, I just hit up my nose. I'm also going to apply this on the bottom waterline. So now I'm just using Albanian and Miami on the lower lash line. Now I'm going to add a little more black in the waterline. So I just did that to intensify the black and also make sure I don't have any little white spots between my lashes and my lower lash line. So this kind of dramatic eye definitely calls for some false lashes and some big ones. So I'm going to start out with mascara. I'm using W7 Absolutely Waterproof, and I'm going to apply 1 coat to the top and 2 coats to the bottom. So I'm going to use the Iconic Lights, and you could also totally do something more dramatic like the regular Iconic or the Huda Beauty Samantha, or you know, any quite dramatic lash I think would work well with this look. I wouldn't really do anything less dramatic than an iconic light. Like I wouldn't use my Red Cherry number 43 for example, because I think those would be, they would get kind of lost in this eye look. That's of course my own personal opinion. I think a big lash looks the best with this type of dramatic look. So while my lashes are drying, I'm just going to paint kind of the back part of my lashes with my eyeliner. So just down here I like to do this to make my lashes look darker. This is good if you have like a shimmery fallout on your lashes like I do right now. It's also great if you have blonde or light lashes, which I also kind of do. And it's also important to be kind of careful when you do this, because you don't want to accidentally, I'm just touching out my eyeliner right now, but anyways, you don't want to accidentally stab yourself in the eye with the eyeliner.
Hey, no, Famine. What the hell are you talking about? I don't know, I've had like 4 ensures. I'm out of my mind. Beer, I brought you here to have fun, not take over. Look, Joe, I'm a little busy right now. You think all those chickens had to buy...
So once I have my lashes on, I'm going to go over my liner one more time. You guys know I'm a perfectionist, so I do this even though I use black glue. It just perfects the eye just that little bit more. So those are the completed eyes. So let's do the lip color, which is actually what this video is inspired by. I'm going to just dab off some of the excess lip balm I have on my lips. And I'm going to use the Taurus lip pencil from ColourPop and Kathleen lights. And I really need to sharpen this. And I'm also going to use the ColourPop and Kathleen lights Taurus Lippie Stix. So I just swatched the 2 products on my hand. So this one is the lip liner and this one is the lipstick. So let's get to it. I think I'm going to outline my lips and fill in the corners with the lip pencil and then just go over with the Lippie Stix. So that is the lip. What do you guys think? I forgot how gorgeous this color is. I'm just going to do the Q-tip trick to make sure these front teeth are okay. So here we have the finished look, and I'm actually really pleased with how this tutorial turned out. I'm just drinking some Diet Coke from a mug. I didn't have a clean glass. Really like the look, really like the tones. It's super duper warm toned and neutral, but of course really dramatic, and I'm loving it. I'm loving this highlight also. I hope you guys enjoyed this ColourPop and Kathleen Lights Taurus makeup tutorial. Let me know what star sign you are. I would love to know. My favorite star sign is of course Taurus. It's actually my birthday in 3 days. I'm turning 23. So old. So yeah, I would love to know your guys' star signs, and I would also like to know if you feel like you are a typical whatever star sign you are. I'm a pretty typical Taurus. I think a lot of the typical things that are said about Tauruses are true when it comes to me. Like being stubborn, being like very stuck in certain routines, not liking change. That is all very me. So yeah, anyways, I really hope you guys enjoyed this look. I'm feeling really good. Really happy with the makeup look. Anyways, I'm going to stop talking. So yeah, if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I will see you guys in my next video. So take care and bye bye.